Hello everybody, it is Sarah here. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who celebrate that. This is the day of love. Beautiful, beautiful day. The message I want to share today, just for those of you who might need this, or it just came through and it's something I just gotta say. Nothing's stopping this ascension. Nothing is stopping the shift. It's already taking place. It's happening. I've said this before. We did the hard work. Our entire existence, we've been working towards this. Okay? And nothing is going to stop it. I don't care what bad habits you might still have, whether you meditate all day or not. There's nothing you can do to stop this. You can't go wrong here. And I've never really mentioned this before, but, I was a wild child growing up. I was very spiritual, yes, but I was a wild child. I mean, I partied, I was drinking, I was living this life and everything it had to offer on planet Earth here. And I still had very significant spiritual experience in the midst of all of that. So that just tells you, whether you're doing those things or not, you can't stop this ascension. Now, I'm not condoning that behavior, of course, but it's important. That just comes down to listening to yourself. I decided to quit drinking because it just started not meshing with my spirituality anymore. Once this took off for me last year, like I had another ascension jump, I got the call. It was time to take this, go all in, basically. I would drink here and there, and I realized, it just did not mesh. When I was drinking, my spirituality would come out very unorganized and just, it was mixed with my ego. So it wasn't working out, basically. So that's what, pushed me to quit drinking. Now, do I still have other bad habits? Yes. I mean, I'm drinking a Red Bull right now. So there you have it there. And yeah, I know they're horrible. So spare me, please. I know. I like my caffeine. What can I say? So, and I still get downloads. I still get, and I have other bad habits that I'm working on, but it's not going to stop me from ascending is what I'm trying to get across here. Now, will getting rid of certain bad habits make you feel better? Definitely. So it comes down to listening to yourself. Your body and spirit and everything that's guiding you is going to let you know when it's time to release certain things, and you're going to know, and you're going to strive to make those changes. Okay. But it's important to keep in mind that this has already been planned out for you. You've already decided this ascension is destined. It's happening. And if you really look around, you'll see it. You'll see what is actually going on here. Okay. And I want to talk about, which this is insane, because the number, I know I did a video on the number 117 yesterday, but today I have a picture in my bathroom of the Eiffel Tower. For those of you who don't know, I've always had a very deep connection to just France and the Eiffel Tower, the fleur-de-lis. I never really understood why. I mean, I have my own personal reasons that I've discovered why I may be connected to that. But, I was looking, and I'll show you the picture, but I was looking at the Eiffel Tower and I saw on the edge the number 17. If you look closely, you can see it. So this started me on this whole thing here. And so, yeah, the Eiffel Tower, I believe let me see here. Where's his name? Okay, there were a few engineers a part of it. The main one was Gustave Eiffel. Okay, hence, the name Eiffel Tower. It's crazy though if you look into it, because the Statue of Liberty, Gustave Eiffel also contributed to that project as well. Because for those of you who don't know, the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France. Okay, and what I'm getting at is it arrived in America on July 17th, 1886. So that would be 7/17. Okay. We all know the significance of 17. That number to me represents, I'm not going to say names here, revealing the truth, as well as, now the Statue of Liberty itself, you know, represents freedom from oppression, freedom from slavery. So that's where I'm getting that. Okay. And it's crazy because Higher Realm Holistics, I haven't even watched the video yet. And right when I turned on my computer and I was getting ready to record my video about this, I see Lady V on the title of her video today is 717. She's talking about it. So I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. So just some more confirmation, I'm telling you. And there's also on the crown of the Statue of Liberty, there's 7, they call them 7 rays. So I wanted to share that because this is what's coming for us. Freedom, liberation, justice, as I've said before. So that's what kind of led me down this miniature rabbit hole, whatever, you know, can't find the right word for it. But yeah, so it's always, you know, and there's also a lot of significance about France and Jesus and Mary Magdalene and that whole story. If that's something you're interested in, you know, you can look that up. But I haven't even watched the video about the 717. I'm holding off because I'm anxious to know, because that was something that was brought into my space this morning before I even came across that. So yes. Now I pulled a few cards here, and actually before I get into the card reading here, I want to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber. His name is Joe Gard. He has a channel sharing his insights, you know, about this ascension and this journey. A lot of his messages resonate with me, and provides a lot of good information and confirmation. You know, I'm just so excited that there's so many people talking about this, spreading this message, sharing their light and love. And he is one of those amazing, courageous light workers. So I just wanted to give a shout out. I will put a link below to his channel, so make sure you go subscribe. His videos are very helpful. So yes, I did want to mention that. Okay, let's get into the cards. I did where's my deck? Native Spirit deck. Okay. And I want to share something that I was reading. This was interesting. So the first people that came over from, you know, came to the New World, America, some of the first people, there's stories about that being the Knights Templar. Now I can't get into all of that. You know, I'll give you the words here and you can go look it up. But these were very spiritual people as well. Okay. That came over, and I read somewhere that when they came over and started mingling or talking to the Native Americans here and were able to communicate, they figured out that their beliefs, though things were explained differently, you know, their beliefs were almost identical as far as spirit and the entire process here. Absolutely incredible. So yes, so when the first, you know, I believe the Knights Templar came over here, but yeah, they found that out, and that's just more confirmation. This is a universal thing. This is it. They came over, they knew, they both were believing in the same things basically, but just in different explanations of it. And I just thought that was amazing. So I did pull some cards from my Native Spirit deck. I have some Native American in me, Cherokee. So they all go hand in hand. They literally came out in this order as well. So the first one out is smudging ceremony. And this one represents detox, purify, release everything that no longer serves you, letting go of the old, and clearing the way for new beginnings. Okay. And I personally have never practiced smudging. Let me read. I'm kind of sensitive to smoke. But it says smudging is a native tradition that involves using the smoke of burning herbs to symbolically wash a space in a ceremonial manner. Okay. Now that's how the Native Americans did that, or, some, but we can do this all in different ways. Okay. And we're doing it naturally during this ascension, as we've been talking about for the past few weeks now, or months, or however long. This is what we're doing. It's like a detox. We're purifying, we're releasing, purging, clearing, all those words, right? And that's what we're watching actually manifest right now. Okay. And this whole plan has been, we each have individual missions, and many are waking up to their designated tasks at this time. Okay. Whether that's spreading the truth, the message, or just manifesting in peace in your home on the couch. We all are being guided, whether we're aware of what's actually, whether others are aware of what's actually going on within the entire universe and planet right now. You've got hacktivists, doctors, soldiers, political figures. I mean, the list goes on. And whether they're consciously awake of what's actually going on from a higher perspective, they're still doing exactly what they need to do to manifest this change. Okay. And ultimately, we all are going to awaken to what this actually means, and everyone will see it from a higher perspective. And that's where we may step in as light workers to help and share what the bigger picture actually is here. But for now, these people are doing exactly what their higher selves chose to do at this time. And they're bringing this heaven on earth into our physical reality. And we're watching it. We've grounded it. It's here. Okay. And Source is working through each and every one of us, just as Source has done since the beginning of time. Okay. But for the ones who have awakened to this, many years ago, or whenever you did, we're going to be ready to usher this new age in and help where we are needed. Okay. And even though it may seem like chaos to many right now, there's a lot going on. Okay. And there's been a lot going on behind the scenes since the beginning, once again. Okay. So yeah, and I'm trying to think of what else I was going to say here. Okay. I think that's about it, but yeah, that's, it's happening. It's happening once again. And these cards literally all mean the same thing. It's crazy because we got Spirit Keeper of the West and Spirit Keeper of the East. And that, I bet you if I pulled more, I would have got North and South as well. So it was basically just telling me from, East to West, North to South. That's what's going on, because both those cards right there represent transformation, releasing the old. Chaos brings positive change, sweeping away the debris, clearing for the new. Okay. And then the East represents the new beginnings, the fresh cycle, releasing the old. It's associated with spring. So birth, growth, new beginnings, setting sail to new waters. Okay. It's beautiful how these came out. And it's crazy because before back when the ball dropped, right? 2020, the January, I can't even talk. Okay. New Year's Eve, the 2020 ball drop. There we go. I mentioned in my video when I was talking about that at the beginning of January, that my husband was sitting there and he goes, 2020 is going to be a crazy year. And he just felt it. And I did too. When the music was playing and all, I just got this feeling. I'm like, the world as we've known it is coming to a close. And 2020 represented that for me. And then instantly I started seeing it manifest. That was it. We're cleaning all the cobwebs that have been in the dark, in the dark corners within ourselves and the entire planet. And now we actually are watching it happen. So for such a long time, we've been wondering why we're not seeing it reflected in our outer reality. Well, now we are. And this is how it looks. Okay. Very uncomfortable at times, very disturbing, like I've said before, but it has to come out so we can clear it. It has to be brought into the light. It's just like how I said with cobwebs. Sometimes you don't see a cobweb in your house for months because it's in a dark corner. And then all of a sudden, as it gets bigger, all of a sudden you're like, oh, dang. I personally leave many of my cobwebs. The poor spiders, they work so hard on those. But you understand the metaphor here. So yeah, okay. And like I was saying, this is happening whether you feel like you've cleared all this stuff, bad habits, or it's happening either way. Just listen to yourself, let your intuition and God guide you on this journey. You won't be let down. You're going to get directed whether you need to quit a certain bad habit or not. Okay. And it's going to feel a lot easier than it should when it's that time. So yeah, that's basically it. And I think that's it. My brain is just all over the place today. The energy's good. Yeah, that's it. So 717, I guess, is the number for today. And like I said, what that represents, I didn't even look up the meaning because to me, I got my own meaning and it represents freedom, victory, and justice, truth, all of it. Okay, and it's all tied in. I know I just mentioned like France and the United States here, but as I said before, it affects all of us. Everything that's going on, the powers in control or the powers that think they're in control of the planet right now are all connected. Truth, honestly, when you look at it. So, it's going to affect the entire planet. Where it starts to manifest first, it doesn't matter because it's going to have a ripple effect on everything. Okay? So just stay strong, everybody, and remember, nothing is stopping this. This is it. The shift is coming, and that's it. Okay? I'm going to get going. I hope you all have a beautiful day full of love and happiness. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.